Good morning, guys. So I'm going to try something a little different today, and I thought I might share it with you. The table that I'm painting currently I'm doing in the coal black infusion mineral paint, and sometimes dark colors, when you go to put a top coat on, it can get very, very streaky, and I'm going to use this wipe on or brush on poly from DIY paint. It's called Big Top. It's non-yellowing. It's a great top coat, but I don't want any streaking. I just want it to be a nice, clear, solid surface. So I'm going to try something a little bit different that I've been reading about. I'm going to add a little bit of the paint into the top coat before I apply it. So I'm going to mix it up. What I read is it only takes a few drops of the paint. So I'm going to pour some of the Big Top into a cup, maybe a little more, and then pour a little bit of paint into that and stir real well. With Fusion, I tend to put a piece of saran wrap over the jar, the mouth of the jar, before I put the lid on. It just keeps everything a lot cleaner. So I have about that much top coat. Now I'm going to add, I have no idea how much paint. Let's see, maybe that much. I'm going to stir. Let's stir. Oh. Both products are water-based, so it doesn't really affect the quality of the product. It's just going to help in the covering up of any streaks I get when I apply. So I'm going to go do it now. I'm going to put it on the table, and I'll let you know how it all turns out. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye. See, because it's quite bright out here, but you can see when I put that paint on yesterday, I wound up with some streaks, which I don't usually have that problem with Fusion, but so I'm not sure. Did several coats, and each one just showed my brush strokes more than I wanted. So I'm hoping that by adding a little paint into the top coat, it's gonna just blend everything right in together. So we'll see. I'm going to start with the leaf. There is a ton of light out here on the porch today, which is always good, but you can see it's causing a little bit of reflection there, so here goes nothing. I'm not sure how it's going to affect the color. I might kick myself later and have to repaint, so let's just see how it goes. Let's just see. The top coat itself goes on milky and dries clear, so I'm seeing a little bit of the milkiness from the Big Top itself. I don't think it's going to change my color at all, honestly. You want to keep a wet edge and just kind of work fast, and then I'm going to even out all those brush strokes. Okay. Don't bother. My dogs are going to bark. There they go. They're annoying. Barking at the recycling truck because they're annoying. I don't know, so far so good. Nice long strokes to even everything out. Big Top is a great product. I love it. It's going to leave it with just a little bit of a sheen, but not super, super shiny. Super durable, super washable, great for tables and high traffic surfaces that you really want to protect. It's a new product for me. I've only used it a few times, but I've been very happy with the results. Let's see how it goes. So far so good. I'm doing little short strokes here, but I'm going to even it out. Okay, nice, long, even strokes. Keeping that wet edge. And you kind of want to come in here. See that little lip. I'm going to let it dry. And then reevaluate for my second coat. I'll let you know. Okay, so the first coat of top coat is on, and it went on pretty good. Liking it so far. Sometimes what I do between coats of polyurethane or this wipe on poly is I will take the finest steel wool that you can find, and when you run your hand across it, sometimes you can feel little bumps or lumps from tiny little bubbles in the polyurethane. And if you take the super fine steel wool, gently, hardly any pressure over it, you're just gonna run it across with the grain of the wood and it's just gonna knock down all those little bumps, any little bubbles. Does a really good job of just smoothing things out without disrupting the first coat of polyurethane. So your second coat will go on super, super smooth. I do this with stained tops as well as painted pieces. So after you do this, take a very slightly damp paper towel, just wipe all the dust off, and then you will be ready for your second coat. All right? So I'm gonna do the second coat of top coat, and I've switched to a slightly larger foam brush. Just gonna see if that makes any difference for me. And we're gonna go and put on our second coat. All right, let's see what we get. You wanna be generous, but not too thick. So it's just kind of figuring out the right amount of product to use on your brush. You can always practice on a piece of, a practice board. Paint a board. If you want to practice painting, that's what I would do. Paint a board with some product, the products that you like, and then just practice getting your finish just right. I do a lot of that. I should do more of it. So I like the way it's going on. It looks pretty good. I don't want to use too much pressure because then it's going to leave even more streaky. I'm trying to eliminate the streakiness in the dark paint. Almost there. Looking good. Once this is done, it'll be really protected from little nicks and scratches. It'll be pretty good water protection, so you don't have to worry about spilling something and not wiping it up like immediately. You have some good water protection there, and it's just gonna make it so durable and really last you for a really, really long time. All right, do the other end. Steady hand. Once I finish the tabletops, I'm gonna get myself down on the floor and do the legs and the rest of the table as well. And then we'll see how we're doing.